pardon is just deflating. For those of us who have been out there for a few years now yelling about what a unique threat Donald Trump is, for Joe Biden to do something like this, Trump, nobody's above the law, we've been screaming. Well, Joe Biden just made clear his son Hunter is above the law.
All right, so you just heard from former Illinois Congressman Joe Walsh say that Joe Biden made it very clear his son Hunter, well, he's above the law. So President Biden handing down a pardon which protects Hunter from ever facing federal charges for any crimes he could have possibly have committed over the past decade. Historians saying they haven't seen a pardon so sweeping since Richard Nixon was given that blanket pardon by Gerald Ford. But this is something that Joe Biden and the White House were vowing that he would never do. Take a look.
I abide by the jury decision. I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
When will the president pardon or commute his son if he's convicted?
So I've answered this question before. It was asked of me not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I was very clear, and I said no.
Is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No.
The president would not pardon or commute sentences for his son, Hunter.
It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no, and I don't have anything else to add. Will he pardon his son? No.
So, yes, he did pardon his son just yesterday. For more on this, let's welcome in the host of the Ike Wingate Show, Ike Wingate, and former special assistant to Donald Trump, Marc Lotter. Ike, I'll start with you. What do you make of this? Again, those sound bites not aging well.
Apparently, no means yes in the Biden administration is what I sort of gather from there. It's really wild. Nobody really, I don't think, nobody's really surprised that he pardoned his own son. You kind of understand that he would, but it's so hypocritical, so much irony. You need to cue the Alanis Morissette song here, because literally in the statement where he tells people he's always leveled with the American people, Joe Biden literally is going back on his word about how he said he was not going to pardon his own son. The pardon itself is not surprising, but the sweeping nature is highly alarming. I mean, we're talking about crimes that Hunter Biden allegedly committed in 2017, 2018. So why are we going all the way back to 2014? What happened then? Well, Hunter joined the board of Burisma in Ukraine, and then the pardon actually extended to all the way to midnight last night. So literally, Hunter Biden could have committed a crime last night and been immune to it, I guess. Totally strange, the sweeping nature of this, but it's really not a surprise from the hypocrite in chief.
Yeah, and of course, all those interviews and all those sound bites by KJP, Mark, not aging well at all. This tweet also not aging well. So on May 31st, Joe Biden putting out there on X, no one is above the law. That was, of course, the day after Trump was found guilty on 34 felony counts. He said nobody is above the law. But I guess what he meant to say is nobody is above the law, Mark, unless your last name is Biden.
Absolutely. I mean, look, they've been running cover for Hunter Biden for forever, whether it was hiding the contents of the laptop, deplatforming and censoring any kind of conversation about the laptop, the 51 intelligence officers who lied about the laptop, and now continuing all the way through this. This is nothing but a pattern of Joe Biden protecting Hunter. His presidency started with it. It's ending with it. It's all about protecting Hunter Biden, and that will be his lasting legacy, is that he was basically doing everything he could to protect his son and his family's allegedly corrupt influence that dates back decades.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to switch gears. I want to ask you both about this. So obviously Donald Trump busy over the weekend as well, continuing to round out his administration. And he announces that Kash Patel would be his choice to become the next FBI director, kicking out Christopher Wray, essentially. The media, as you can imagine, having a meltdown over this pick. Take a look.
To me, Kash Patel, and I don't say this lightly, is the most dangerous nominee that we've seen yet to our democracy.
Kash Patel as FBI director would be like if you crossed Alex Jones with J. Edgar Hoover in terms of just how much he would want to ignore precedent and the constraints that have been put onto the FBI over the years.
The only reason why Trump would have done this pick is for his retribution campaign. There is almost no other reason to explain this.
No other reason. Ike, what do you make of that?
Well, I think when you have the kind of deep state people that are complaining, then that's probably a good sign. This guy has more prosecutorial experience than Christopher Wray. He was the deputy director of national intelligence, so he knows what he's doing there. This guy has a better resume than about half of the previous directors, so I don't see what the problem is, but their complaints are really dating back to the creation of this weaponization. If you don't want Kash Patel, you shouldn't have weaponized the DOJ with the Russia collusion hoax, or labeling concerned parents as terrorists, or raiding Mar-a-Lago with lethal force authorization. If you didn't want Kash Patel, you shouldn't have done those things. So it's not about retribution at all. It's about justice. It's about accountability. And when you have Andrew McCabe, a guy who lied under oath in a federal investigation, saying that Kash Patel is a bad pick, you know you've actually got a good one.
Mark, what can you tell us about Kash Patel?
Well, I mean, as was alluded, he's got a huge background in this. He served as deputy director. He was on the House Intelligence and worked there. He's been a prosecutor. He knows what he's doing. And remember, the FBI got involved in the last 3 presidential elections. And what you've got in Kash Patel is someone who's going to stop this nonsense, get the FBI back to its roots of protecting Americans, rooting out real criminals, and getting their investigatory powers, their immense powers out of our electoral system. And that's why he is a threat to the deep state. He's a threat to the left, because he will uncover it and he will put a stop to it from day one.
Yeah, and over the weekend, Senator Ted Cruz saying that he strongly believes that Kash Patel, as well as all of Trump's picks, will be confirmed by the Senate, that there won't be any hurdles. Just about 30 seconds. Ike, what do you think?
Well, I think I can't wait till the Hoover building, the FBI Hoover building, is turned into a deep state museum like Kash Patel has promised. I think Kash Patel is going to sail through. They're going to try to create some resistance, but I believe he will be confirmed, and we're well on our way to cleansing and draining the swamp.
All right, good stuff. Ike, Mark, thank you both so much. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.